Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. Arsenal have just humbled, humiliated, in fact, 3 away. That started the game bottom of the league. Swansea City were fantastic. Myself and Adam from the 5th Official are going to review that game between ourselves and, of course, take your calls. Before I hand over to Adam, I just want to say you can call us on 0203 606 0315, but make sure you also download the One Football app. They are our sponsors. They power us. It's the most amazing football app there is around for stats, league tables, and all your results. The information is in the description below. But I'm going to go to Adam. Adam's a gooner, as you all know, over from the 5th Official YouTube channel.
Terry, I'm fuming.
I know you're fuming.
I'm fuming, Terry.
I know losing's a bit you're angry about, but what was it about the performance from Arsenal tonight that has just got you so frustrated and angry?
It's just lifeless. It's just, everyone was like, the other day when we lost to Bournemouth, everyone was like, oh, when Ozil's not in the team, we look so bereft of ideas, we don't know what we're doing. Ozil was in the team and fought for the first Swansea goal. That's that. I know he assisted one, but as I said in the halftime show, it just epitomizes everything that's wrong with Arsenal. We can be so good and then we can be so bad. Our tactics are horrible. It's just like, as you even said, he brought on Giroud, the man that's going to be flipping or might be leaving tomorrow. What's he doing? Everyone just piled forward. We have had no organisation, no positional sense, no awareness. People are talking about Iwobi. He's bad. Why is he even on the pitch? Why didn't he start Mkhitaryan? And there's so many questions, so many unanswered problems or unaddressed problems. No one seems to know what they're doing. It's ridiculous.
For me, I mean, look, I look at that game and Arsenal fans have got carried away in the last week or so. Alexis Sanchez leaves and you have a couple of good results. You play quite well. I was really shocked to see so many respected Arsenal fans out there that know football, understand football, getting hyped over that. All I could see happening was a result like tonight. Mkhitaryan comes on, doesn't change the game. I know it's his first game. He's got time. Misses a sitter.
Yeah.
But the entirety of the game, first and second half, Arsenal are leaking counter-attack goal after counter-attack goal. Swansea are pushing and pressing. All of their goals came from mistakes.
Yeah.
All of their goals came from mistakes from Arsenal.
It's just so sloppy.
Which you saw coming the whole way through. We're watching this. You're talking about Mustafi being poor. The goalkeeper commits an atrocious mistake. Swansea were bottom of the league, Arsenal fans. Bottom of the league. You've got Aubameyang having his medical right now. You've got Ozil that you're trying to convince to sign a new contract. You've got Olivier Giroud leaving. He's the guy you're relying on for a goal today. He's potentially going Chelsea tomorrow.
And yet he played in a game. Does that even make sense? Does that make any sense?
No cover for Jack
so
Wilshere.
stupid.
No cover for Jack Wilshere when he's out. Like, he's out today, not well. No good defending. Guys are getting hyped up because you played well in a couple of games after Alexis Sanchez leaves. It's papering over cracks. It's ignoring the real issues, which is Arsene Wenger that is running your club into the ground. Myself and Adam are ready and waiting for your calls. 0203 606 0315. We want to know what you're saying. I mean, look at the comments coming through there. It's just laughter. I don't think that's from Arsenal fans on ArsenalFanTV. Look at some of these stats. We're going to get some of the stats up here from the One Football app before the first call comes through. I'm going to get that put up on the screen. You had 75% of the ball.
And like you were saying, like possession 9/10 of the law. But
look at the shots. They had 12, 4 on target. Arsenal only had 9 shots against the team bottom of the league.
Bottom of the league. I have to say, though, shout out Carlos Carvalhal. He's done an excellent job at Swansea.
He has done an excellent job since he's come in. Look, and we're not taking nothing away from any Swansea fans out there. Ring us up. We want to know how happy you are. Your best performance for me for the entirety, maybe the last 2 years, it was phenomenal. They got their tactics against Arsenal right. Shut up shop, difficult to break down, closing down the attacking players, bullied Lacazette off the ball, and then counter-attacked tremendously well. But Arsenal fell into that trap and conceded 3 goals. From just sloppy. It's so bad. It's so bad. The interesting thing on this is, if you stay on the One Football app, Ozil's still being voted as man of the match over Sam Klukas. Come on, stop being biased. Whoever's voting, that's Arsenal fans voting. Come on, Klukas scores 2 goals against one of the best teams in England when he's bottom of the league, and you're not voting him man. Mkhitaryan got to come third. Mkhitaryan,
that's ridiculous.
Couldn't pass one decent little ball that he played across the 6-yard box, but the man didn't do anything. And you need a lot. I know it's his first game, so you're going to give him time.
Yeah.
But I want to hear from Arsenal fans. I want to know what's going through your minds, because that ain't good enough. Whatever, by the way, whatever platform you're watching this on, please smash that like button for us. Press that share button as well. It's massively important. But we're ready and waiting for your calls now. I want to hear from some Gooners. First caller.
You're through to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Oh, good evening, in fact. Good evening. How are you?
All right. I'm doing fine. From Vietnam.
Oh, wow. Cool. Who'd you support?
Supporting Arsenal.
Oh, really? Really? What do you have to say about that performance?
Actually, it's what word do I have to use? I don't want to use shambles. Do I have any other word to use anymore? Like, this is becoming something regular. I'm not surprised with the way the guys played. I'm not surprised with the substitutions. What I'm really surprised about is, why is it that the fans and other people are saying what Arsene Wenger can see in this team? The main problem is the defensive problem. And why is it not sorting out the defensive problems? Going forward, yes, we can do the job, but backwards, it's just actually wrong.
So, in terms of defensive issues, there are reports that you're going to try and sign Johnny Evans tomorrow. Is Johnny Evans going to... But look, listen, look. Let's just move away from Liverpool, Arsenal for a second. Look at Liverpool. They just spent £75 million on a defender. But they also have a manager that has lost his ability to defensively organise and put tactics together that stop his team from leaking. I actually think you could take Vincent Kompany at his best. You could take Tony Adams back at his best, right? With the way Wenger gets your team to set up, with your weak midfield that absorbs pressure, with your team that has possession but does very little with it in games like today, the lack of desire that the team have, the dressing room that I truly believe that Arsene Wenger has lost. I don't think it matters who you bring in. I don't see much changing. And look, the great signings going on. Aubameyang, world-class player. Lacazette, one of the best strikers, in my opinion, in the world. The problem that Arsenal have got is you have a manager. You have a manager that has lost his way. You have a manager that no longer has the ability to perform at the highest level. And it comes to us all. Whether you're a bricklayer, a football manager, or an astronaut, there comes a day where you have to hang up your boots, hang up your trowel, hang up your... I don't know what the astronauts use. Your helmet. Your helmet. Right? You have to do this. And Wenger's past his sell-by date. He runs every act to your football club. And whilst you lot are getting excited about these transfers, you're buying your Mkhitaryan shirts, you're buying your Aubameyang shirts, you're feeding that cash cow that keeps on destroying your mood as fans and keeps on absolutely ripping you all off. Mate, really appreciate it. Oh, he's gone. He went. Well, he didn't sound very happy all the way from Vietnam. Really do appreciate the call. Too many comments coming through on ArsenalFanTV. Even read them all. But Lacazette, I want to talk about Lacazette a little bit.
Yeah, come, bring it.
Me and you at the same wavelength. We rate him. Yeah, we think he's a very good player. Is this a case of Arsene Wenger's tactics are destroying him, or are we just looking at a player that's not going to adapt to the Premier League?
No, I don't think. I think he could adapt. I think it's a little bit of it's Wenger's fault, basically, tactically, and even in the terms of the business that he's done. I think Lacazette was at his best maybe 3 seasons ago, and that's when we should have gone for Lacazette. That was when I think you could say Lacazette was one of the probably even top 3 strikers in the world.
Wow.
Hello, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello?
Oh, he's gone.
Okay,
look,
cool.
I've got a comment. A comment just came up there on ArsenalFanTV, and it said that the problem is the players, not the manager.
Nah.
See, I disagree, and you can have your say in a minute. I just want to say, to that commenter, the reason I say you're wrong is because it's been going wrong like this for 12 years, and Wenger has recycled the players, and he still hasn't got it right. The same problems are becoming more and more entrenched. The only reason it's getting worse is because Arsene Wenger and Arsenal Football Club are investing, generally speaking, in bargain basement value players, not elite level footballers. And then when they bring in somebody great like a Lacazette, like an Alexis Sanchez, they only last a couple of years and they leave because they want bigger and better things.
Hello, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, Keanu.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not happy about the result.
Yeah.
When it comes to Arsenal, I feel like they need to start from the back, like what the other guy just said. Starting with even Cesc.
Oh, mate.
Like
Mate.
I'd say Ospina's better than him right now.
You know, that's just substituting rubbish for rubbish, though. That's the thing. Yeah, it's literally, do you want bad or do you want worse? It's terrible.
Yeah, it's true. Like I feel like we need to start from the goalkeeper. We need to sort that out. Even the centre backs, Koscielny's not been at it recently.
Right.
Mustafi, all of our centre backs haven't been at it. The only players that I'd say are kind of solidified their place in the team are like our left back Kolasinac.
Yeah.
He's been quite good this season, but other than that, Bellerin here and there. But we need to sort out our defence before we sort out the striker position.
Yeah. Look, I understand that. I do understand what you're saying. The problem is, I just can't see Wenger spending the money. If you even look, Aubameyang is going to be a big signing, but I just get the impression with him, like when you sign Sanchez, Ozil, it's like you'll sign a big player like Aubameyang, and then it'll just be 15, 20, 30 million pound players then, while still selling others who raising the money to do it. There's not going to be that cash injection. I honestly felt falling out of the Champions League, Wenger would have smelt the coffee and gone, do you know what? They could have. The thing is, they can afford it. The club can afford to go out and spend £300 million net. This whole net spend nonsense and trying to balance your transfer books is ridiculous. The only teams that have good net spend are clubs that are not elite anymore. You know, that can't hold on to their best players. Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal fit into that category now. The only reason your net spend's been good for 12 years is because your best players don't want to stay at your football club. Wenger needs to get over that, go out there and invest. Maybe then some of your better players will stay at the football club. And the caller's absolutely right. You need to get a better goalkeeper. Cesc was brilliant, but he's not anymore. You need better defenders across the park. Jack Wilshere needs proper support in central midfield. We were saying during the game, imagine Jack Wilshere now with Cesc Fàbregas next to him.
Oh.
Imagine what that Arsenal midfield does.
Oh.
And I just feel like when you compare like players like Xhaka and Onene to players like Fabregas, like we've gone down a big level.
Yeah.
And even then, what you just said now about we're not buying enough good quality players. If we bought good quality players like Ozil will probably want to sign a contract quicker.
That's it.
Exactly. But you know what, in life, and look, we really do appreciate your call, mate. Thank you very, very much.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, mate. In life, this is what happens. If you work for an organisation, forget football. If you work for an organisation and they're growing their infrastructure, they're improving the office, they're paying better bonuses, they're employing good quality staff to be around you, right? You're more likely to stay. You're more likely to feel engaged. You're more likely to go out and perform better for that company because you feel invested in. As a player like Ozil that is world class, if you're surrounded by mediocrity, if you feel the club's going backwards, other than money, which a lot of people have just attacked Sanchez supposedly for doing, other than money, why else is Ozil going to stay?
He has no reason to.
On a real level, he hasn't. We have a video that's been sent into us now, a fan cam that's been sent in by somebody. Remember, you can, if you want to record a video and send it through to us, there is a link for Dropbox in the description below. We would love to hear from you video-wise as well. I know it takes quite a lot of bravery to do it, so we respect everyone that sends them in. We're ready to play that for you right now.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the game today, thus I won't be on AFTV later, but it was awful. It was a disgrace. I thought tactically we were poor. I think that the whole team played shockingly. I'd like to particularly call out Petr Cech for another lapse in focus, causing another conceded goal, just like at Everton and many other times this season. I think that Xhaka was poor. His passing was off. His tackling was off. I think that Iwobi didn't show anything. Same with Lacazette, who I thought was really quite woeful going forward.
Just give me a countdown when we're coming back.
I'd say were probably Nacho Monreal for his goal and just his genuine work rate. Same with Ozil, just who then, despite the fact that there was no goal on the he was all
Yes, fine, it's coming through. Can you guys let me know when it's finishing, though?
I thought the back we were just playing poor, no focus. Same in the middle. Ramsey put a couple of good challenges in, as did El Neni. But why we're getting rid of Giroud, I have no idea. He offers something different, because Lacazette ain't going to give anything different.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry.
Why can't Welbeck go? And I'm not trying to have a go at Danny Welbeck, because I think that he does put in a decent work rate. At the end of the day, he's not good enough, and he hasn't shown that this season. And we're signing Aubameyang tomorrow, who is the closest player we'll get to Thierry Henry, because he is tall, he is quick, he is physical, and he's clinical. And he's exactly what we need at Arsenal in terms of finishing, because Lacazette today was not solid up front. He can't be playing by himself. He has to be playing with another striker. And playing him with Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang, and Ozil with Jack was perfect. I mean, we missed out today. He wasn't there to put the balls in when he'd be, like he always is, and to string the counter attacks from just in front of the back four. But look, tomorrow tomorrow we're set to sign Aubameyang. And another centre back who I'm being pipped still could now be Manolas, who has a £30 million release clause. That would be perfect, I think, and show a great transfer window for us, especially now if we can go on and now show the ambition to go and tie Ozil to a new deal and confirm Jack's deal. They're both agreed, but we need to show the ambition to confirm it. But anyways, it was disgraceful today. Hopefully we can push on and beat it. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Articulating his points very, very well. If you want to do what Jack's done and send us in a video, you're more than welcome. The drop boxes below. Now look, Adam, as a Gooner, tomorrow night, Man United take on Spurs. Yeah. You're currently sitting... Can we get the One Football app put up on the screen, please? We're going to put that up now. Arsenal are currently sitting 3 points behind Spurs in 6th.
Yep.
Is this very much a case... First of all, is top 4 still possible for you?
I think it's still possible, because we're only, 8 points off Liverpool. I know that's quite a big gap, but you never know. Anything can happen in football. But it's got to be the aim, man. It has to be.
So you're going to need Man United to beat Tottenham now tomorrow.
Definitely.
So, and I agree. Like, you've got to get back in front of Spurs before you get back in front of Liverpool. Yeah. But at the same time, now you can't be having Spurs, 6 point gaps quite a long way. You don't want that spreading open. I know you've got the players coming in, but Spurs have also invested during this transfer window. I look at this Arsenal team. Are we overreacting? Are we overreacting as neutrals and as Arsenal fans collectively about this situation? Or are things as bad as they feel tonight?
Do you know what? That first caller kind of made me think. I made a vow this season to not watch Arsenal games because of Wenger. I knew that he didn't improve the team, and the whole contract saga with Sanchez and Ozil, I thought, I'm not watching Arsenal. I watched the first game against Leicester. I had heart palpitations because we were flipping. It was like 3-2, 3-3, then we won 4-3. And so watching this is like a shock. And it just shows me how bad we actually are. I took myself away from the situation. I've come back to it and I've seen Arsenal have not progressed. We haven't made any kind of development. We're still the same club. We're still making the same mistakes. I don't know if I'm overreacting.
No, I don't either. I think the disappointing thing for me is the fact that, I don't know, it was like Sanchez leaving made everybody at the club happy because they got to... I don't know, it was like they played well for a couple of games and Arsenal did. But that's typical Arsenal. I mean, it was only like 2 months ago, I remember sitting down chatting to DT on this very show, and I think they'd won 3 on the bounce just before the Man United-Arsenal game, and everyone was hunky-dory. It's like, I don't want Arsenal fans to feel angry all the time, but for me, until Wenger's gone, I don't think it matters if you win 10 games on the bounce. You've got to keep that narrative. You want him out. Because as soon as you start, it's like... You set yourself up for failure. You really, really do. We are ready for some more calls as well now on 0203 606 0315. So whenever you're ready, please come on and give us a call. We'd love to hear from you, and accepting videos as well. What were the other results tonight? Liverpool, I assume Liverpool won. I'm going to go check that out now. Yeah, Liverpool won 3-0. Jeez.
Who scored?
I know Firmino got one. Let me check this out. Salah scored, as ever. Salah scored. Emre Can and Firmino. Yeah.
Hello, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi,
Am
how
I
are
on
you?
live?
Yes, you are live.
I'm live. Okay, right. First of all, I'd like to disagree with your colleague there that keeps chatting rubbish about Wenger and how it's Wenger's fault and he's past it and this and that and the other.
Well,
right?
Whose fault is it?
Right, I'll tell you whose fault it is. It's the club's fault. It's Kroenke's fault because they haven't got the money to invest, or if they've got the money to invest, they don't invest. You can laugh all you like, mate, but with a laugh, you can't back up anything.
Hang on.
All right?
Okay, go on. Have your say, then have your say, and then I'll back it all up.
Hold on. I haven't finished what I was saying, so if you don't mind.
Go on.
Right? First of all, the other guy's saying, oh, yeah, you need the goalkeeper, you need this, you need that, you need the other, yeah? Why doesn't he go and manage Arsenal? Yeah, where's the money coming from to buy all these players?
Okay.
We're not Manchester City, we're not Chelsea. We have to invest wisely. And Wenger, you should take your hat off to Wenger, because if it wasn't for Wenger, we wouldn't even be anywhere near the top four.
But you're not near the top four, are you? You're 8 points off the top four.
But we're not. But we would be even further back if Wenger weren't there.
How do you know that? Right? How do you know that?
Oh,
back that claim up and tell me how that's a fact.
I'll tell you how it's a fact, because Arsene Wenger is one of the best managers in the world.
Well, he's not.
And has been from the start. Well, that's your opinion. You've got a right to your opinion, and I've got a right to mine.
Let me ask you a question then. So, over the last 12 years, what has Arsene Wenger done at your football club that makes him one of the best managers in the world, that puts him into that top 5, top 10 bracket? What's he done?
I'll tell you what, on a very limited budget, relatively, to other big clubs, he has kept us. He's only just missed out by 1 point in the top 4 last year. Okay, this year, it's not going so good, but the season's not over yet. Okay, so when the season is over, then you can say whether he's this or he's that. Now, Sanchez wanted to leave because he's a greedy little shit, like everybody is.
Well, okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So, Sanchez didn't care about what team he was going to, as he showed. He could have gone to the best team at the moment in England, but he chose instead to go to Man United for the P. Yeah, right. So don't go on about Sanchez. If you're gonna do a debate, do a debate that's equal. Yeah.
Okay.
And not that's biased. I don't know what team the guy in the check shirt supports. Yeah. But whatever team he supports, he should come out and just say, I just don't like Arsenal.
No, listen. Okay, you've had your say now. Can I have my say now? So first and foremost, you talk about this shoestring budget. Have you yourself?
I didn't say shoestring.
Listen,
I didn't say shoestring.
Limited budget. You said. Okay, so let me talk to you about that budget. Let me have my say.
Relative to other big clubs like Chelsea and Manchester City.
Okay, let me say my point. You let me speak.
Sure.
Okay, so this is the first bit. Have you, and this is public information, you can go and seek this yourself, do you know the volume of money held in cash reserves at Arsenal Football Club for the last 8 years? Cash reserves doesn't count towards profit and loss. They're cash reserves, they're assets at the football club. Do you know how much money is in those accounts?
Yeah, I've heard what's been said in the media.
No, it's not in the media. This is factual information. Listen, registered with Companies House. How much money's in there?
Well, I've heard it's about 200 million.
Okay, so for £200 million, which is an asset, if you spent it, it wouldn't affect your profit and loss. It's an asset on the balance sheets. That's not a limited budget. Right. That is a huge amount of money. Let me finish talking. Otherwise, I'll cut you off. Because you've had your say, and now I get the opportunity to answer you back, don't I? Do I get the opportunity to answer you back? Right. So you've got a huge budget there. Arsenal's income is up there in the top 10 in the entire world of football. That's number 2. Up there with every other big club. Secondly, your owners, do a bit of research into how much money your owners have as individuals. Billions. Only about a billion or two shy of Roman Abramovich. The difference is he don't have the ambition. Arsene Wenger, also at your football club, sets the wage and transfer caps. The quality of football that has been lacking from Arsenal over the last 12 years has led to the majority of your top players wanting to leave. So you can attack Alexis Sanchez for doing it for money, in your opinion. But what about Cesc Fàbregas, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira? What about Robin van Persie? What about Clichy? What about Sami Nasri? The list goes on and on about the quality players that your club has let seep out due to the fact that Arsene Wenger has lost dressing rooms, fails to invest in the right players, fails to pay them the going rate, and the bit that bites them in the backside is that your club has the money sitting there in the bank to invest. But they're more concerned with healthy balance sheets, they're more concerned with looking like a good operating business than they are investing on the pitch to win. Your net spend has been amazing. You have been done well to stay in the top 4. But you've been regressing year on year. And the irony is, you haven't had to spend billions of pounds like City because you were already miles in front. All you had to do every year was spend circular of 30 or 40 million pounds additional, and your squad would have had the quality to continue to compete for titles and maybe picked up a Champions League in this time. The difference is that Wenger hasn't done it because he's a penny pincher. Wenger hasn't done it because he surrounds himself with yes men at the football club. I am not an Arsenal fan, everybody knows that. But the bit that makes me sick is that I seem to care more about them than people like you. You don't know the facts. You are indoctrinated by this what Wenger did years and years ago. And he was a great manager. He was fantastic. But the simple facts of the matter is, sir, is that Wenger is the biggest problem at this club. He has tried to rejuvenate the team 3 times and it has failed. He has money to spend. He doesn't use it.
Terry, I think he's gone, mate.
I know the guy's gone. The guy can't... I had to say it. The guy's going to come on and have a go at me. But then defend Wenger. You're defending Wenger. Absolute nonsense. Atrocious. I'm really sorry for getting frustrated anyone who out there. But hopefully I didn't swear. I don't like it. Why? Someone like him defending Wenger... Everything he said was wrong.
Honestly, I didn't even know fans like that still existed.
Everything he said was absolutely wrong.
You almost want to read your shirt.
And I am. I'm frustrated because, look, I'm not saying attack Wenger, give him dog's abuse, call him nasty names. I'm simply saying this. You can't support a manager. You can't support a manager and say it's the club's fault for not investing. They're partly to blame. No one's saying the board.
I think that was his point, though.
Of course the board was saying, but Wenger controls that club from top to bottom. I truly believe that. And if he really and if they were castrating the club that much, if you love the club, Wenger stand up and make a stance. This is me, right? If I love Arsenal Football Club and I'm Arsene Wenger and the board are castrating us, I'm standing out, standing with the fans saying, I'm stepping down and moving away from the club. I'm not taking £13 million a year? They've got no money for players, but he takes £13 million a year. If he really cared, he'd stand out there with all the Arsenal fans and protest against the lack of investment. He doesn't. He takes 13 million quid off you every year for an FA Cup or 2. Don't give me nonsense like Wenger doesn't know what's going on. Wow. Absolute tosh. I'm sorry to take over. Adam, we've got more calls coming through, and now I'm going to calm down and drink some Just Juice.
Breathe.
Sorry.
Breathe. Yeah. Wow. That's passionate. That's really passionate.
I'm not an Arsenal fan.
More passionate than an Arsenal fan. Nah, it's true, Terry. It's true.
I love football, and I don't like to see. I feel sorry for that guy. Whoever he is calls out. I don't mean any disrespect, sir. I can't remember his name, but for me, nah.
Not having it.
Not having it.
But what do you think the worst thing is, though? That's because I know you say that Wenger or the board is partially to blame. Why is it that you can't even hear what he has to say a little bit? Why is it that you don't agree with him?
Look, I think the board... If he'd have said Wenger's to blame and the board, I'd have gone, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But he sat there talking about, Arsenal, we don't have a budget. We don't earn that much money. Guys, can you Google something for me? Can you Google richest owners of Premier League clubs? I'll show you how much money Arsenal Football Club have. They have so much money. If they fail to invest it, that's not because they've got a shoestring budget or a limited budget or they haven't got as much money as Chelsea. Look, no one's got as much as Man City. Yeah. But at the end of the day, Arsenal, and then can you guys find out Arsenal's turnover for us as well, please? If Arsenal fans don't believe this is true, we can just get the facts up now. Stan Kroenke. Oh. He's worth $22 billion. Combined with who? Him and Osmanoff together, who own 97% of the club, are worth $22 billion.
Jesus.
Convert that into sterling, what we look at, 22 billion. 22 billion. Don't tell me you ain't got the money. Just don't want to invest it.
Right, I'm playing devil's advocate, right? So tell me what do Wenger's previous achievements count for? Because I tend to agree with the guy. He said that Arsenal wouldn't be in the position that they are without Wenger, and I think that's the truth.
Let me put it to you this way, right? If me and you, we're mates, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say 20 years ago, I help you get a job. I'll get you a job opportunity. I'll give you a job that earns you good money. Yeah. Let's say a few years after that, I help you buy a house. I lend you some money and you buy a house. You set your family up. Yeah. A few years after that, I help babysit your children. Yeah. And you're like, wow, Terry does a lot for me. You love me because we're good mates. But then a few years after that, I stop talking to you. A few years after that, I disrespect your wife. A few years after that, I rob something from your house. the nice things I did for you in the past are going to become a little bit irrelevant for the way I'm behaving now.
Yeah.
And everything Wenger did in his history at Arsenal, the early stages, phenomenal, deserves all the credit in the world. But what he's doing, you're only as good as your last game, and what he's done for the last 12 years is chalk and cheese compared to the beginning. The longer he stays, for me, the more damage he does to his legacy.
Yeah.
And you can't just keep praising him for what he did prior.
All right, but what about what he's done in recent history? So we've won 3 FA Cups. We're now in another cup final.
Yeah,
does that not count for anything? And we've signed Henrik Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, who are arguably
and that's really good.
Players. Yeah,
and that's really good, and it deserves credit. And on my YouTube channel, the Football Terrace, I credit that regularly. I really do. The issue is there needs to be more. You win those FA Cups, and that's brilliant.
Yeah. But
I look at Arsenal Football Club, and I believe you should be challenging for titles. I believe you should be getting to the latter stages of Champions Leagues. I believe with the money that you've got, you should be able to be purchasing better players. I believe you should be able to be offering the money to these players to sign these bigger deals. You're achieving what I expect from teams slightly outside the elite. Maybe you've achieved a bit more than them because you're a better team. Yeah. But for me, it's like you're trying to champagne on like lemonade money. Do you get what I mean? Like spend cheap to try and achieve the same things as the big teams. The football landscape has changed. There's no way Man United want to be spending the money they are now. They'd love to not be spending that much money. But they realise if we don't, we're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
You know, and Chelsea now ain't spending big money. That's why they're chasing Andy Carroll. But Chelsea will fall behind if they fall into that.
Or Olivier Giroud.
We've got a video coming up from Goonerette TV. We've got a lady. It's so good to get a lady to come on and give us their viewpoints on football because they know just as much as the rest of us. Wonderful views this lady has. So I'm looking forward to her video coming on. It's coming for you right now.
That's on, Clod's match on, make you start, and then Robbie, it won't be fuck off to Luton because I'm fucking sick of it.
Right. Okay. Not happy.
No.
3-1 to Swansea.
Well, my prediction was right, but unfortunately to the wrong fucking team.
Right. And what have you got to say to Wenger?
Wenger, you need to sort your shit out. I mean, come on, what is it? What's the matter? You're going through some fucking crisis. Like, what are you doing?
You reckon, you said before in your video that you think Robbie's got something on him.
I do. He must have, because why else would you put somebody on that continuously loses the ball, he's not got no creativity, and just doesn't do anything for the team?
No, I agree with you. I mean, what would you be thinking now if you're Aubameyang? You've just arrived on a jet.
Well, I'll be thinking, what the fuck have I come to?
Yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, hard times for being a Gooner.
Definitely. I think Arsenal need to get the shit together. Wenger needs to definitely sort his head out and start putting the right people on, at the right time, and actually get a decent player together.
So we've bought attacking players, or well, we've swapped one with Sanchez and Mickey, and then we've got Aubameyang. I mean, how do you feel about that and not getting defensive players in?
Well, it's kind of defeating the object, because if we've got good strikers but we've not got a good defence, then we're going to concede, and then that's going to put our heads down even more. So,
are you fucked off?
I'm fucked off. And I think half of the other, or majority of all the other Gooners out there will be as well.
Wenger out?
Wenger out.
Yeah, great video there. Thank you very much for Goonerette TV for sending that through. I heard, I think there's talking, but I could just see his arm. Get him on the camera as well. Share that love. I think we've got another call coming through. I'm going to take a break from talking because I've had a bit of a rant.
No, it's fine. Listen, like I say, I think Wenger, he does need to go. His time's up. His time's done. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens, because I don't really know what manager would actually come in and take over Arsenal right now.
There's a poll that's been put up on the Ultimate Football Fan Twitter page. Go and check it out for who you would bring in as Arsenal's next manager. Go give it a retweet, give it a vote. I'm going to go and do that when we get this next caller through. I think it's being put through right now, hopefully. Viewing numbers are mad tonight. Really appreciate everyone tuning in on every platform. Please smash that like button for us. And if you haven't done already, download the One Football app. The information is in the description below. It really and truly is the best football app out there.
Hello, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello?
Hiya.
Hi. What's your name?
My name's Brian.
Hi, Brian. Do you support Arsenal?
No, I'm a Man United fan. I'm just a long-time Man United fan. I was just saying to the guy that initially answered the phone is, watching the rivalry through the 90s and the early 2000s and that sort of thing. I'm a bit torn in how I feel about Arsenal's current performances, because you kind of want to see them there again. I kind of miss that rivalry. I don't think it's quite something like it. I know we've got our rivalries with Liverpool and the City and that sort of thing, but yeah, it's just something sad about it. So I have to say, I don't really know.
Do you know, that's quite odd.
You know,
because I can't say when Man United had their downtime that I wanted you guys to come back at all. I hated them. I still do.
So I agree with the caller. I agree. I'm a Man United fan. Everybody knows that. And I agree with you completely. It's like yin and yang. And for me, growing up, our rivalry with Arsenal was the best thing about football for me. So seeing Arsenal where they are now, it's bitterly disappointing.
Yeah, the thing is though, is that it's kind of, I sit on two sides of this, right? So if I think about the Wenger Fergie rivalry and that type of thing, and then I think, it was so good and it was so entertaining to watch, and now it's fallen by the wayside with Arsene Wenger. There's this line in one of the Batman movies where you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain, and I think that's where Arsene Wenger's saying. He's slowly but surely, he's going to destroy that legacy of what he did with Arsenal. That's my opinion as a rival fan. I don't want to see that happen to him, because, you look at football now. You've got players in the tunnel high-fiving and hugging and kissing each other and that sort of thing. I'm not saying that's not good, but by the same token, I miss the days of the tunnel incidents. I miss that, and that was part of what made the Premiership special. Is part of what made that football rivalry special. And all of a sudden now, I'm watching this, and it is a great club. Arsenal's a great football club. I years ago I went to Highbury, I went to go watch football there. I've seen some really entertaining, and I'm now at the stage where it's like, what happens next? What is it next for Arsenal?
So as a Man United fan, do you think the rivalry's done?
I think it has. I think we kind of, it's not something that, let's be honest, I don't look forward to the game as much as I used to. It's not something, I'll still watch it and that's something, but I don't get that fire, and I don't get that excitement that I used to get from it. And I don't know what it is anymore. I'm kind of, it also annoys me when I see people, taking the mick out of Arsenal and that something. It's not nice.
I mean, you can say it's not nice, but surely you can understand why they're doing it, and there might even be a part of you that says it's deserved. Because Arsenal, as the club, they've fallen from grace, and that's.
Can I ask you a question on that? Do you think some Man United fans, the ones that are level-headed, that is, are a little bit more sympathetic with Arsenal's situation because of what we went through after Fergie for a few years, so we know how they feel?
Yeah, and I think so. And I think it's interesting watching. I watched Gary Neville's interview with the guys from ArsenalFanTV, and like he said, he's like. And I heard your comments, and I totally agree with you. The money's there; the guys can spend it. Arsene Wenger is, even to the point where I heard things like, he picked what toilet paper was in the toilets, for example. I mean, it's probably ridiculous, but the point is that who do you get? Let's say Arsenal let him go tonight, and they say, okay, off you go, Arsene Wenger. We don't want you anymore. Who comes in and who does a better job? Because I think Ferguson, from a Man United point of view, I think he left when he did because he knew that squad, he'd have to rebuild it again. And I don't think he had the energy levels for it. And I think it's the same with Arsene Wenger. He's trying to run a football club in a way that it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I don't think it's working. And, yeah, it's sad. It's a sad situation for me to be in. And I feel for the Arsenal fans because, you know what, when Arsenal are on their game, they're a great team to watch. They're wonderful entertainers. They play great football. But they've got that soft underbelly.
ArsenalFanTV clawed a poor result today. I mean, it was hard.
That's what needs.
Mate, really do appreciate your call coming through. Thank you.
Yeah, all right, no problem, chaps. Thanks a lot. Sorry, rambling on, being an old fool, but yeah, cheers for your time.
No problem at all.
Do you know what I'm really scared of? And you touched on it there. What happens when Wenger actually leaves? will Arsenal have that dip in form? Think about it this way, right? We've already dipped, like
Yeah.
with Wenger at the helm. If we have a dip in form like that, how low are we going to sink? How far will we actually go?
I don't think it will be. It depends. Two things here. So a lot of people say about Wenger. I hear a lot of Wenger out people still have a soft side for him because they say take him out of the team and put him up in the office. If he's still at your club, pulling those same strings that he pulls now, he could hamper a new manager in terms of quality of players, transfer caps, etc., salary caps.
Yeah.
If he completely leaves, I don't think he is going to have that. It will have as detrimental effect as we saw at Man United because you're already where Man United fell to after that. I don't think it will get worse than that because your players are a little bit too good. I think a new manager. It depends who you bring in. If you go out and bring in a David Moyes level manager, and it's true. If you go out and bring someone that's untested at an elite level club, Eddie Howe's the example. You go and get Eddie Howe as an example. It could be brilliant.
I don't want him anywhere near.
But it could be great. But you could see a David Moyes situation where it just falls apart. You need to get the appointment right, and I actually think the difference is that if somebody was taken over after 25 years of Wenger, I'll be back in 1 second. Sorry, I was reading something that was put through to me. If you were going to literally sit there and do like a Wenger after 25 years, but he'd won a Champions League recently and he'd won the league, then it'd be a hard thing to follow. Right now, I don't think it would be a hard thing to follow. We've got, I know you just see a little clip of it, we've got Claude fan cam that we're now going to broadcast live to you. I am so looking forward to this. Hopefully they can patch the sound through to me. Let's get Claude on the air.
ArsenalFanTV, Claude, a poor result today. I mean, it was hard to see who was the team that was at the bottom of the league. We look like the team that was at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, I'm past ranting. I can't rant anymore because just pissed off with it all, mate. But we're buying one player tomorrow, yeah? We need about 8 or fucking 9, not one. You know what I mean? We need a defender. We need defensive midfielders. We're getting another striker. What's that? If you can't provide the service and we're playing all around, like as you're saying, up, backwards, sideways, it's no good just buying another striker because we're going to have the same fucking problems. We need a shake up at the back. I mean that second goal with Cesc, I mean, all right, he was a big fault of that. But why are we playing the ball on a surface like that across? Why isn't he putting it straight up the pitch? Why is he playing it across the centre? You know what I'm saying?
What I'd like to know is why are we not showing the amount of effort that I saw Swansea showing? When did you see an Arsenal player close anybody down? When did you see apart from, I think it was Ramsey made an excellent tackle in the first half to save a goal. When was there any tackles from Arsenal players? We were just non-existent in that game. I could not believe what I was watching.
Exactly. I just, we didn't have. They wanted it more than us. They wanted it more than us. We didn't have it. It's like we've given up in the league. We've just given up. I don't think we're now. I think we all got to do now is concentrate on trying to get it through the Europa League. But because I don't think we can get top 4. Not the way we're playing at the moment. But the trouble is we haven't got. There was no. I mean, Wilshere's not playing. Why not play the new guy in? You know, why not play the new guy? Why are we playing that system instead of the new guy? Why are we not playing him? When he looked a few good touches. He puts a lovely ball through the middle. And where's our centre forward to put at the end of it? You know what I mean? There's no balance in the team at the moment. It's shocking, mate.
Tomorrow, deadline day, the transfer day. Obviously, the
Aubameyang, it's great. It's a great signing, but we need a bit more than that. I think we need about 4 or 5 players, mate. To be honest with you, we're not good enough, mate. I'm past rant. I can't even rant anymore because it's the same old shit, mate. I'm sorry. Don't blame me.
There we go. You hear from Claude. There are some strong, correct views, though. Would you say?
Nah, definitely correct. 100%. Especially the Lacazette thing where he said that Mkhitaryan flashed the ball across the box. Lacazette was nowhere to be found. I'm not gonna lie. His movement since he's come to Arsenal, poor. It's been very, very, very bad. And I thought that was one of the things that he'd be renowned for, but today he just looks sluggish, lethargic. I don't know if his head's gone. I don't know if it's Wenger that's instructing him to make the runs that he's making, but he just doesn't seem to have the off the ball movement.
It's just not working for him right now, is it? I think we've got an Arsenal fan coming through now on the lines. Here we go.
Hello, you're through to Arsenal. No, not ArsenalFanTV. FanPark Live. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, this is Amir. I'm from London. How you guys doing?
I'm not great. Terry's happy, but I'm not.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And straight off the bat, I'm not an Arsenal fan either. Oh. I think you guys are getting as many calls from us United fans as you are from Arsenal fans for some reason. So apologies for that.
It's fine.
But I think I'm echoing the sentiment of previous United fans who've been calling in, saying the same thing, namely that, it hurts us as well, seeing such a great rival, stoop to these depths. So it's painful for us to see as well. You know what it is like? I don't know if you guys are fans of boxing, but I'm a huge fan of boxing, and I remember seeing Muhammad Ali in his later years, and it was painful to watch a giant like that kind of sluggishly walking around the ring. So it's kind of like that, it feels like. So, but the reason I wanted to give a call today is I feel like all the Arsenal fans are being kind of tricked in this window, that you all seem to be so happy about Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang.
Would you not be?
I don't get it. No, of course not. I mean, that's not what you need. So it's a difference between good politics and good policy. And what you guys are doing at this stage, what Wenger and the board are doing is phenomenal politics, but it's not a good policy. They're basically luring you with this late Christmas gifts that, are shiny and phenomenal and good-looking. Great players. Don't get me wrong, but it's not what you need, is it? I mean, do you really, after spending $50 million, pounds, on a great striker like Lacazette, do you really need Aubameyang, who will insist on playing centrally? That's where he's insisted on playing in the last 3 years. He refuses almost to play anywhere else. He's been by 3 different managers at Dortmund. He's been basically frozen out because of his behavior. And one of those behaviors that has led him being benched or not even in his squad is the fact... Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say...
No, go on.
I kind of agree with you, but I don't at the same time. When good players become available, you buy them. Like, regardless of whether they fit into your, or they're what you need or not. Look at Sanchez. Manchester United didn't really need Sanchez, but they bought him.
But he improves you. We just got this stat up here that's been on Twitter. So Arsenal's recent... Again, I'm going back to that original caller into me, who, I hope I didn't turn this off. It's on the screen now. I need to stay on. It better not go. In terms of... This is the total, okay, in recent years, okay? So Cech for 10 million, El Neni for 5, Xhaka for 29, Mustafi for 35 million, Luca Perez 18 million, Kolasinac free, which is decent. Obviously, we know Mkhitaryan's free. Lacazette 52 million. 49 million pounds has been spent in recent years by Arsene Wenger. They have much more money to purchase more. The new TV deal money's come in to give them extra money. Some of those players are very good. Some of those players are very good for me. No, they are. Some of those players are decent.
I agree. I completely agree.
But they all go backwards under Arsene Wenger. And the buck stops with him. The buck stops with him.
No, I agree with that as well. But the fact is that if you go back to the early the noughties, and when Real Madrid bought Zidane, they bought Ronaldo, they bought Figo, they didn't win anything. They bought Beckham until the final years. I think it was Beckham's last year at Real Madrid when they finally won the Liga. And why is that? Because they were just focusing on these shiny, big name players, but they didn't have a team. That's what Arsenal don't have. I mean, look at Arsenal. Do you honestly think with the introduction of Aubameyang, first of all, the defense is going to get any better, or the mood in the squad is going to get any better? How's Lacazette going to feel? Here I am, a £50 million striker. Where am I going to play? Because it's not going to be 2 strikers up front. And how are you going to fit in Ozil? How are you going to fit in Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang, and Lacazette in the one and the same team? And then you got Wilshere as well, who's obviously started playing quite well again. I mean, I always thought he was very overrated, but he's a bit.
Yeah.
I'm not here. Let's go.
But
You ruined it right at the end.
Nah. Personally, I don't really think that's that big an issue. Only because the more players you have is the greater competition for places that there are. I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. And on the subject,
it's not the more players. Sorry to interrupt you. It's not the more players. It's you have more players on certain positions, but you have no players.
No, I agree. The balance of the team is completely wrong. I agree.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So be honest with me here, Terry. Instead of Aubameyang, would you not have seen two exceptional centre backs? Be honest.
Yeah, look, from Arsenal, I would, if I'm being honest, if I was to look at this from an Arsenal point of view, in the summer and in this window, what I would be doing is Aubameyang would be the kind of player I'd want to sign. But I would also be signing top quality players. As I say, it's like one at a time he's bringing in. The squad needs much more of an overhaul than that. He needs to go out there and sign quality. This January window, there are a number of players available to Arsenal that they could have brought in, like Mahrez as an example. I know we're talking about defenders, right? But Mahrez as an example. Linked with Arsenal for 2 years. The man's now handed in a transfer request. He's going to go to City. He should have been an Arsenal player in the summer. He's now going to go and smash it and tear it up at Manchester City. And you guys could have got him in the summer. By bidding an extra 5 million, you bidded 45 million and it was rejected. City now getting him for £50 million. That's my point. As well, you bid 92 million for Lamar on the last day of the season. You had the money. I
just don't get it.
I do. Wenger's an idiot. And if I saw Wenger, I wouldn't put my arm around and cuddle him. I would say I think you've been an idiot at Arsenal. So if anyone can get me an interview with Wenger, I will call him an idiot live.
Look at this interview, yeah.
I will. I've got
like
the balls to do it as well because I think the way he treats you all is like you're idiots. So I'm going to call him an idiot. Mate, look, listen, really appreciate your call. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Cheers. Viking Red saying, give us a wave. There you go, Viking Red, giving you a wave. There you go, mate. We always try. We're here to please. We're here to please, as it were. A lot of abuse for Lacazette on these comments, man. He's getting a lot of heat.
Because
he's getting a lot of heat
he's
tonight.
Not doing it. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. We brought him in to be a striker. Look at all the other strikers that were brought in, right?
Yeah.
Lukaku, even Firmino. Morata had a nice little scoring run. Lacazette hasn't had that. And who knows why? He went on a goal drought, for goodness sake.
Wenger. I'm just blaming Wenger. The buck's stopping with Wenger as far as I'm concerned. What's this tweet you got up?
I think it's his post-match conference.
What's he said?
He said he can't talk about Aubameyang with a wry smile. The reporter asked if he could talk about Arsenal's defending, and he said no. Wenger then cut the interview short, and that's Swansea 3, Arsenal 1.
He just got slayed.
Yeah.
Wenger. Wenger.
It's unbelievable, man. Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, cool.
And you know what? That gets on my nerves. You can't even, if you do something wrong, fair enough. People make mistakes, even if you've been making the same mistakes over and over again. At least have the balls to back yourself up.
Speak to your fans.
At least hold yourself accountable for the decisions that you've made. You're saying that you can't talk about the defending. What?
Got no fans.
Oh, man.
We've got another Arsenal fan coming through to speak to us. An Arsenal fan, not a Man United one this time. They're on their way.
Whoa.
They're waiting for that phone to ring.
Don't know.
Ring.
Don't know, mate.
They come in.
You know what?
Wow, look at that. 4,500 votes on the Ultimate Football Fan Twitter page. Ooh. Go check it out for who should be Arsene Wenger's replacement. Who's leading the way? It's Diego Simeone.
Yeah, very
just
close, though.
In front of Ancelotti. Who's that guy there? Spaghetti.
Luciano Spalletti.
He's on 4%. No one wants him.
Nah, nobody does.
Who's he managing? Is it Napoli?
Inter, I think.
Oh, Inter.
I think.
Who's the Napoli manager? He's pretty decent.
I don't even know.
Oh, we got an American Arsenal supporter.
Oh. Hey, man.
Howdy, partner.
Hey, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Well, thanks. I appreciate you guys giving us the forum so that we could vent our problems. I know you're not an Arsenal fan, but I appreciate it.
I am.
Just get that out there first.
He's not.
I just wanted to know why do you think things are going to change if Wenger leaves? I mean, isn't the problem at the top of the food chain?
Yeah, this is why. I don't know if you've seen my rant from a few weeks ago It's on the UFF, the Ultimate Football Fan Facebook page. For me, Arsenal fans have got to cut off the supply chain to the board, which is the money. They need to stop investing, stop going to games.
Going to the games.
Yeah, they need, but it's bigger than that. It's merchandise, TV. They've got to literally cut the money source off until they make changes. And all they need isn't about the owners going, because they're not going to sell their club. It's worth too much money. But they need to invest more money. They need to increase their wage cap.
All it takes is one game. Really, all it takes is just one game for the fans to say, look, we're not going to this game, and this is why we're not going, because we want this guy out. I could understand if people like Wenger. I like Wenger. I want Wenger out, but I like Wenger.
No, I agree. No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
How can
But
you
I'm
still
sure
like
that
him,
I'm sure that 99% of people want Kroenke to leave. And if they send that message the right way, I think it could happen. And bring in Osmanov, who was really interested in getting the club going.
Look, I think that I agree with you. I don't dislike Arsene Wenger. I mean, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I've been quite open about that. But I don't dislike him, but I don't like what he's doing to the football club. And I agree with you completely. Why do you think Arsenal fans won't commit tough love? Why do you think Arsenal fans still persist on going to games, watching them on TV, buying the merch? I mean, how many Arsenal fans around the world are going to buy Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang shirts? All that does is feed into the people that are not investing back onto the pitch enough. Exactly.
That's the million-dollar question. I really don't know. I mean, the solution seems simple to me, but for others, I really don't know why it's so difficult.
Are you really saying that it's Kroenke over Wenger? You'd rather get rid of Stan?
Definitely. I'd rather get both. I'd rather get rid of both of them because Wenger doesn't have the balls to say what he really wants to say. I think he's just kind of playing both sides and trying to please both sides in the way that he can. But I think it's getting to the point where he has to pick a side. Either he stands with the fans and says, "Look, we need more money to invest in these players," or he just goes. But he has to make it public what he really is on his mind. I think the problem with Wenger is he doesn't speak his mind to the public enough. He just kind of toes the line every time. When he goes on his interviews and he speaks on the microphone, you really don't know what he's thinking.
Don't you think that's because he doesn't respect us?
I think it has something to do with that. Yes, I do. But I think he's trying to toe the line, and he just has to pick a side, and he has to pick our side. So he has to come out verbally and say, look, either he has to go to the board and request more money. I don't know, because I know for a fact that Kroenke is using that money to do other business. And he needs that money as his collateral to build his stadiums in the U.S. and do whatever he wants to do, because he's selfish son of a bitch.
And that's true, but they do. Mate, look, really do appreciate your call. Thank you, all the way from the States. It means a lot. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, man. But what he's saying is true. There are a lot of the American-owned football owners across the UK that they own these UK teams. Arsenal Football Club are worth £1.5 to £2 billion. They use it as an asset to purchase shopping malls and numerous other businesses back in America, and they use it as an asset to secure loans against, so they don't have to invest their own money, because lending is very, very cheap globally right now. You can borrow millions of pounds for very small percentages, which is less of a risk than spending your own money, because if the business venture fails, you sell the business or you use collateral from the asset you've secured against, and you don't waste any of your own money. That's why they've got to cut off the food chain. That's it.
Hello, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name?
It's Luke from London, Sport Arsenal.
Hi,
I just wanted to just call in because Terry is making great points about cutting off the spending, but you're never going to do it because Arsenal set up their marketing around the spending of the club. I mean, you've got a 14-year waiting list for a season ticket. Who the fuck wants to wait 14 years? And you've got Arsenal fans like us who's got 5 season tickets. You're buying each season just to make sure you live in hope. They've brainwashed every single fan to believe the next step, it's going to be brilliant. And every season we lower our expectations.
But no one actually believes it, though, do they?
I would say so.
Do you?
I believe, from where I sit every week, because I don't get to the away games, but the home games, it's people just live in hope as Arsenal fans, and we lower it. Now we don't care. We'll take Europa League. That's as far as we don't mind.
Yeah, and you know what, mate? I don't, as much as my viewpoints are very much ideological and theoretical, the reality of the matter is that people, and I'll give you an example. So when I'm a Man United fan, and when we had the green and gold situation with trying to get the Glazers out, I was a season ticket holder. The reason I didn't want to get rid of my season ticket was because at this point it was like, well, if I get rid of it and stop going to games,
you won't get it back.
I won't get it back. That was one thing. The second aspect was very much a case of, but what if like I miss the most amazing game of football? What if I miss us win a treble season? What if I miss things that would be historic within my club? Can I take that risk of walking away? Then I have to weigh things up. So this is how you have to change your mindset, and then you stop being so angry. Okay, I'm willing to accept what Arsene Wenger and the club are doing at the risk of maybe one day getting experiencing those things again. And once you become at peace with that, it stops you being so angry. Yeah. The issue that I have though with it is looking at it from an outsider from Arsenal's situation, is that this is where the fans can get organised and get clever, because you can very much, you don't have to give your season tickets. It's about negotiating. It's about negotiating with the club and turning around and saying, right, maybe we won't cancel our season tickets, but we'll do other things that will impact you. And then if and when they decide to make the changes, you negotiate. Well, everyone who had a season ticket gets it. I'm just literally speaking off the top of my head here. There are ways in which you can negotiate. I mean, it sounds like we're trying to arrange something sort of like with terrorists, but like non-violent terrorism here. This is like to try and get forced moves here. It's about negotiating things. And for me, there is a way of doing it, because the protests and the ranting go so far. But after that, what the club then wait for is...
But the ranting and the protests only come about when we lose. We're not consistent with the Wenger out, Wenger out. We win for 3 games. We beat Tottenham. We played brilliantly against Man United, and everyone's going, we're back, we're back, we're back. Every season we're back. We're never back. So do you think it would be better? Imagine you beat Spurs 3-0 at White Hart Lane. Do you think it would be would you think would it be a better message to still sit there and put the Wenger out banners up, say, look, we don't care, we still want you out? So you appreciate the win, but the way I look at it, remember last season, Liverpool walked out against their owners about ticket prices, about all sorts, and the minute they stepped out in the 70th minute, they went down and lost. And that was like to the owners, I need to wake up now. They done that, they changed what they needed to. It's still on the mend, but they are being heard. At the minute we moan about it, then we're doing well, We're not consistent about this rant.
So what's it going to take to make that final step, to actually take the plunge? What's it going to take?
The fans coming together. At the minute, there's a divide between the fans. The older ones most likely appreciate Wenger. They appreciate everything he's done, and the younger ones come through. All we've seen is Wenger, so we want change.
Mate, look, really good call. Really, I appreciate everything you're saying. I think you've made some absolutely brilliant points there. Really, really do. Thank you.
Cheers, boys. Keep it up.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, look, as I say, I think he makes some great... I know what I suggest Arsenal fans should do. I know it's extremely unlikely to happen, take a lot of organisation, and it takes a lot of nerve. Yeah. And that's the problem with it. Like, people... And I'm not attacking Arsenal fans in a horrible way. It takes a lot of nerve and a lot of guts to do it, to actually show tough love and to turn your back on your club. And this is the argument that I have with fans like Ty. Ty is a very famous example because everyone sees him. But my example with someone like Ty is... These fans believe that by showing unconditional love and never yielding from their support, that's being a true supporter. Or I actually think it works the other way. Sometimes you have to be firm and you have to be fair, and turning your back is the real way to support your team right now. But it's very easy for a non-supporter to say. Yeah. Just getting word through here. We have a video from Mr. DT. So enjoy this. We'll be back in a few moments with you.
So we've just come outside of Swansea and we've got absolutely battered 3-1. To be honest, Swansea fully deserved it. They controlled the game for 90 minutes. They bullied us. Man to man, they were better than us. We were absolute fucking shit as usual. Same old bollocks, same old away performances. Aubameyang, Superman, Batman, fucking any man can't fucking sort out that defence. We're an absolute shambles, and it's all down to one person, and that's Arsene fucking Wenger. Listen, he can make you be right up here with the announcements and signings of all these players, but then you come to watch bollocks like that, and you're right back down again. It's a load of fucking crap, and it won't change until he's gone, and it's plain and simple. The defender, they're his players. There's no excuses. He sets them up. He deals with the tactics. So he's the one who's got to take responsibility. Arsene fucking Wenger.
As I said, or as the banner said, thanks for the memories, but it's time to say goodbye. Maybe we need to bring a new banner out. Love Arsenal, hate Arsen. Who knows? But it's just the same old bollocks, and it's not going to change until he fucks off.
DT, I don't know how many times I listen to him, he always cracks me up. But I agree with him. I agree with him sincerely. I think everything that he said, and we've echoed it, and we've said it before tonight. The signings lift you up and they make you think, oh, it's going to be great again. And it's funny, I put a picture out the other day, the Man United side of things, to give some perspective. And it was when Man United signed Darmian, Schneiderlin, and Bastian Schweinsteiger in the same weekend. And Man United fans were so excited with the way they were presented, the way they were hyped up. And you look back in hindsight and you realise they were really poor signings. And they meant nothing. And I'm not saying Aubameyang's a better level than those guys, but these signings can sometimes be false storms, massively.
Hello, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello, you're through to FanPark Live.
Hello, is this Adam?
Hi. Yes, it is.
Hello.
Who are you?
Hi, boys. My name's David. Thanks for your time. Much appreciated. I'm an Arsenal supporter, and I've got to say, it's terrible what's going on in this club. I'm tired of it. I've got to ask you a question. At the moment, arguably, you could say that Man City is the best team in the world. Arguably, at this time, would you agree?
I've said that for a while now. I think they are the best team in the world right now, yes.
Right. I think everyone missed the point. Everyone keeps saying Arsenal don't invest, they don't invest. Let's put Arsene Wenger in charge of Man City. Do you think right now they'd be as good as they're doing now if Wenger was in charge over there?
Nah. Not.
There you go.
Not a chance.
There you go.
Good flipping question.
There you go. Everyone keeps moaning about we're not investing money, not putting money into the club. I agree, but let's be honest. City won this league 2 years ago. I know that's a one-off, some voodoo, but if you look at that team right now, the defence, they could win the league with that defence. If they had a manager like Pep, like Poch, get the best out of them, they could win the league with that defence. Yes, our defence is rubbish at the minute.
With the current Arsenal defence?
Look at those players. Bellerin, Mustafi, Kishoni. Yeah, they're not doing good, but you know, if you had a manager that could get the best out of them, they could do it. Think about it.
No, I said to you earlier, I don't think all those players are as bad as they're made out. The manager is making them look worse than they are. It's true. It's true.
Mustafi is trash. He is terrible.
Look, I think, for me, I'd like to see him... Diego Simeone comes in. He defensively organises your team. Those players will... I'm not saying he's going to become world class, but there'll be a marked improvement. Look at sort of... A prime example I keep going to. Look at Victor Moses under Conte.
Yes.
David Luiz under Conte. When they played a certain system in a certain way, suddenly look good.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. There is just no defensive organisation whatsoever with that team at all.
Yes. John Stones, when he was at Everton, he made mistakes. He's under Pep now. Guy's doing amazing. I'm just saying, if you get the right manager in, you can make the rest of the players. Look at the Leicester defence 2 years ago. They were hard. They were solid. Burnley defence, they're amazing because they're set up right. Spurs defence, they're amazing because they're set right. Wenger, he's never... I'll be honest with you, I think he's always been overrated from day one. And I know there's going to be a lot of fans trying to throw the oil on me and set me alight. I think he's overrated. I'll tell you the reason why I think he's a bit overrated and why he's a fraud. When he joined Arsenal, he was French, and he had that French connection. And he had, and this is when France was the best international team at the time. He had in-depth knowledge who were the best players at the time. They were all French. Imagine, right, taking that away, he wouldn't have had a clue who to buy.
Yeah.
I've never rated him. He wouldn't have had a clue. Imagine that France was never the best team back then. He wouldn't have, and the Invincibles, he wouldn't have had it done. If he was in charge of the Invincibles right now, they wouldn't need him because they were all leaders. Nothing's wrong with the Arsenal team. It's him. He needs to go out. It's that straightforward. Now, I was watching ESPN about 2 months ago, and they were doing a survey outside the Emirates, and they spoke to about 200 fans. And I was asking him, are you Wenger in or Wenger out? Over 70% said that the Wenger in. That still amazes me why the vast majority are still backing up this creature. It amazes me.
That's creature.
I just don't get it. He's a creature because he's a liar. He's always blaming the referee, someone else. It's amazing.
Blind love, mate. It's blind love. It's, you know what? You only got to look at ties. Obviously, the the standout example because he's obviously out there and everybody knows who he is. But every club has people like that. You know, you got those. You know, some people they will defend something they care about and something they love to the nth degree. I always remember where I grew up in the East End of London. There was this kid, and he was, I'm not going to say his name on air, but he was a naughty, naughty kid. And there was a day, right, where he was getting chased down the street with a hi-fi stolen from the shop, with the police chasing him, with his mum running after the police saying, leave my son alone, he hasn't done anything. Even though he had the finger stolen in his hand, she still couldn't see that. She just thought the police are just chasing him for nothing. You sometimes get people in life that love something too much, and they can't see the wood for the trees. And, you know, Wenger, for me, you know, he's had his day, and he's just got to go. Mate, look, really do appreciate your call. Thank you.
No worries. Look, cheers, boys. Thanks for the
Thank
hard
you.
work.
Wonderful,
Appreciate
wonderful
it.
call.
No worries. I'm seeing some of the comments. Arsenal have the best defence in the league. Are people
Best defence in the league? No way. Actually, that's what we should do now for a little while, actually. We should just do some of these comments. We'll do some of these comments coming on here. I've got to move this microphone just a little bit because I can't see them.
Realistically, Creature was...
Realistically, Creature wasn't all that.
Nah.
That's that comment that dude made to KSI and that Joe Weller's little geeky mate. I don't know enough. I don't know about YouTubers like that, but some little, you know, when they're all trying to be boxers.
Yeah. You should start.
What, me, boxer?
Yeah, man. Woo! Muhammad Ali next to me. We only lost because it's raining. And the blue kits. Don't forget about blue kits.
Oh, yeah. And they want blue kits tonight! Where's the blue kit caller? Where you at, bruv? This guy actually thinks Arsenal are only losing because of the blue kit. It's not Wenger. It's not the ball. It's not the players. It's blue
kits.
Blue kits. I'm not having that at all. I'm really not having that at all. That it's blue kits. Gonna go to some more of these comments coming in here. Oh, Jesus, look at more comments. Liverpool are in a worse state than Arsenal.
That's stupid. That's the stupidest thing you ever could have said. Be quiet. It's rubbish.
Frogman got shut down there. What are we saying here? Stones has definitely improved this season. Some people talking about improvement there. Pardew in. Alan Pardew, would you take him?
Wow, you beat
who would you like as Arsenal's next manager?
I don't know. I think you got to get someone short term and long term. Short term, you're probably looking at someone like Ancelotti or a Simeone, even though I'm not really a fan of the way he plays
Simeone
football.
is going to play football similar to Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Often fans don't know enough about the manager. I thought I knew about LVG before he came to Man United.
Yeah.
And then I watched us.
And it was stale.
It was stale. And that's the thing. Ancelotti would play probably the best attacking football. If you get an Italian manager, so you're talking about like Allegri as an example, or Spaghetti. His name's Spaghetti. What his name is. These guys are going to play defensive counter-attack football. Conte style, Jose style. Jose doesn't play like a Portuguese manager. He plays like an Italian manager. He really does. So if you get Diego Simeone, he's very much the same mould. Defensively sound.
Shout. Joachim Low. Shout.
Yeah. Is he still the Germany manager?
Yeah, he is.
That man has been like around forever, but then he's been so successful.
The only thing is, you wonder whether international managers can translate their form into
league. That's always a conundrum.
That's the only thing.
I think we've got a video that's come through from ArsenalFanTV that we're going to play for you now. We're going to get that on the air. Enjoy.
ArsenalFanTV, I have to laugh. They're saying we only lose when it's raining. Ty, there's something seriously wrong with our team at the moment.
Well, isn't Swansea at the bottom? So I don't know what they're talking. I don't know what Swansea are talking about. They're at the bottom, aren't they?
They're at the bottom, and they absolutely took us apart tonight. No, Ty, they absolutely took us apart tonight.
I don't know about take us apart. I think.
Did we deserve to win that game?
We deserve.
Did we deserve anything out of that game?
Yeah, possibly a point. Possibly a point.
I can't see that, Ty. I cannot see how we deserved anything out of that game. They were by far the better team. What is wrong with our defending? What is wrong with the effort of the team?
A 1-1. It was unfortunately a bad mistake from Pet. It was even, wasn't it? Well, it was 1-1. It was 1-1. It was 1-1.
Were you pleased with the effort from the team today?
No, of course not. But listen, we've lost Alexis. No Jack. We missed Jack massively. We missed Jack massively today. So, you know, just off
Do you think, listen, we're getting new players in.
Yeah.
These gentlemen's behind me. He's holding up signs saying that he's had enough of the manager. We're getting new players in. We're getting new players. Hold on, we're getting new players in, which is a positive thing. It's a positive thing, but is the manager going to be able to motivate?
What am I? Tell me what I am then. And what are you? You're Einstein, are you?
We're all fucking normal, man.
So you're Einstein, are you? Are you Einstein? Are you Einstein? Are you Einstein? Are you Einstein?
Listen, answer the question.
And are you Einstein, are you? You're a prick.
Listen, calm down. I'm saying, calm down.
Mr.
I'm saying to
Einstein,
you,
Mr. Einstein moron.
Are you going to answer the question?
Yeah, you can't say it's moron.
I'm asking. Ignore the German over there.
moron?
I'm asking you a question, right? Can the manager? We're getting new players in. Is Arsene Wenger the man to motivate these players going forward?
Of course he is. Isn't he the man? He's the man buying the players, isn't he?
Bro.
He's the man buying the players, so he's attracted them, isn't he? So of course he is.
They don't want to
Of course he
play
is.
for them. They don't want
Do you think we require defenders tomorrow as well?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And is top 4 still a possibility for this team?
It's still a possibility, because if we beat Tottenham, we're ahead of them.
We play like that against Tottenham. We get absolutely
we're not going to play like that. Did we play like that against Chelsea?
But that's part of the problem, Ty. You can't just turn up against Chelsea and then when you come to Swansea at the bottom of the league, expect to just put on them. So you've got to put the effort in.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's disappointing. But
Can't say nothing.
hey, we move on.
All right.
Are you Einstein?
Are you Einstein?
Are you Einstein?
Einstein?
You're a prick.
That's
Ty, mate. I want your phone calls solely on Ty's video, because that isn't just Ty's sentiment. You heard the last call that 70% of fans still want Wenger in. Attacking, having got Swansea fans because they're celebrating. Oh, where are you, bottom of the league? Yeah, and they just slapped you silly. And he wants to attack Swansea. He always does that. He does annoy me.
I just heard. Oh my god. You know what? I didn't think Ty was as bad as that. I'm actually in shock. I'm in disbelief.
Madness.
Jesus. Hello, you're through to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, who's this? Don't be a troll, please. I haven't got time for trolls.
Nah, no troll. I'm just here to talk about, I don't know what it was tonight, but the Arsenal match.
Yeah, alright. Tell me about the Arsenal match. Go on.
Well, I just watched that Arsenal fan live TV, and I've kind of lost my train of thought because that was absolutely embarrassing. Just completely making excuses for the club.
Sorry. I'm rattled. I can't believe what I've just heard from Ty. I'm so sorry. So, what do you think the worst thing about tonight's performance was?
Well, I don't know where to start, but I mean, like early on in the show there, you were talking about Arsenal getting behind Man United to beat Tottenham, so we can finish in the top 4. I mean, when have Arsenal ever been in that position where you're actually going to get behind one of your rivals that beat Tottenham to get in the top 4?
It's desperate times. Mate. And so, tell me what you think about fans like Ty, who still believe that Wenger is the right man for the job, and that we actually deserve something from that game.
Well, I think that, I don't know, he must be writing Wenger's in conferences, because they're both deluded. I don't know what, I had a lot of things to say here, but after watching him talk there, I've just kind of lost the plot there. I don't know.
Yeah, Roman Hopes, one of the commenters here, just says, I feel more sorry for Ty than anything else. I do. I mean, do you know any Arsenal fans, though, that share the same sentiment as Ty, that believe in the same things that he does?
Yeah. I used to.
You used to?
Yeah. Not anymore. I mean, you're talking about new managers coming in. Who's going to come in and take over? They're going to come in and want to buy players, and the board are going to say no, and then the manager's going to walk.
No, I get you, man. I really do. Mate, look, really appreciate your call. Thank you.
No worries. Up the hood.
Cheers, mate. Listen, it's been an interesting show. On a bit of a laugh. I keep getting comments like, Cherry, your laugh is so fat. It's how I laugh. Like, if you hear me off camera,
it's how he laughs.
Yeah, it's how I laugh.
It's how he laughs.
Yeah, but look, final word from yourself on the game?
We definitely didn't deserve anything from it, contrary to what Ty Bloody says. Yeah, no heart, no passion. We looked bereft of ideas. Didn't have any idea about tactical awareness. We just didn't know what we're doing. Got to improve.
Absolutely. Guys, you can go, remember, over to the Ultimate Football Fan Twitter page. Massive poll going on at the moment about who you want to be the next Arsenal manager to replace Arsene Wenger. Go give that a little click. Also, if you haven't done so already, please download the One Football app. If you don't know what it is, an amazing place for all your news, transfer news, stats, anything related to football. Go there and check that out. The information is in the description below. Currently, we're getting towards 10,000 votes on that, and still leading the way is Diego Simeone on 37%. And there's some random guy just came up. I've never seen that do before. Yeah, so 37%, closely followed by Carlo Ancelotti. So go check out that voting poll there. But thank you very much for tuning in. I actually love the show tonight. Adam, cheers, mate, as ever.
No
Quality,
worries,
bruv. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow evening is probably going to be the maddest night in the history of the Ultimate Football Fan. Tomorrow night in the studio, obviously, there's the Man United Spurs game going on. But also tomorrow night, it's transfer deadline day. I will be joined in the studio, and I might get this wrong. We're going to have Mr. DT in here with myself. My daddy is going to be there. My dad's going to be coming in. And if you're an Arsenal fan, you want to tune in because he's a Spurs fan. So you want to tune in and give him some abuse. I know we're going to have Flex on and Mark Goldbridge from the United Stand. Robbie's going to be joining us, and many, many more people. I think Claude might be getting involved. Loads of people are going to be in the studio tomorrow.
It's big.
There we go. Oh, by the way, sorry, I had the guy talking to me in the ear. I forgot to say. So, yeah, we were giving away an ArsenalFanTV hoodie in the last Arsenal game that we covered, and we have picked a winner. The winner is that his name there? Is that Heartrow? Heartrow. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, I think so, mate.
Heartrow. There you go, mate. Heartrow, if you're watching, you have won. You have won the ArsenalFanTV hoodie. Woo! Not the one I had out. That belongs to Ross, one of the producers, owners, directors. We've given you a nice, fresh, crisp one. So you'll be getting that very, very soon, my friend. But everybody, take care. Good night. Drive safe. God bless. And we'll see you all again tomorrow for transfer deadline day.
Ooh.